What if I told you the greatest footballer of all time wasn't defined by his success, but by how close he came to failure? Because before the trophies, before the celebrations, before the World Cup, Lionel Messi was the player people said could never do it for his country. He was doubted, criticized, even blamed, and at one point, he walked away from it all. So, how did Messi go from heartbreak and failure to lifting the biggest trophy in football? And why do people still say it was rigged for him? Let's talk about it. Messi's story doesn't start with greatness, it starts with risk. As a kid in Argentina, he had unbelievable talent, dribbling past players like it was nothing, seeing passes no one else could see. But there was a problem. He was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, and his family couldn't afford the treatment. That's when Barcelona stepped in. They took a chance on a small, quiet kid, and that kid literally changed football history forever. From the moment Messi stepped onto the pitch in Spain, it was different. The balance, the control, the way the ball just stuck to his feet. It didn't look normal. And as he grew, so did his dominance. La Liga titles, Champion League wins, Ballon d'Or after Ballon d'Or. At club level, Messi wasn't just good. He was untouchable. But there was always one thing people had held against him: Argentina. No matter how good Messi was at Barcelona, people said the same thing. He can't do it for Argentina. And then came the 2014 World Cup. Messi carried Argentina to the final. He scored, he created, he led, and this was his moment. But in the final against Germany, it all slipped away. A single goal, a single moment. And just like that, the dream was gone. Argentina lost 1-0, and Messi was left standing there, watching. That image of him walking past the World Cup trophy became one of the most painful moments in football history. But it didn't stop there. He lost again. Copa America 2015, lost. Copa America 2016, lost. And that's when everything exploded. The criticism got brutal. People said he wasn't a leader. They said he didn't care enough. They compared him to Maradona and said he would never reach that level. And after the 2016 loss, Messi did something no one expected. He retired from international football. Just like that. Gone. Because the pressure, the criticism, the expectations, it all became too much. But greatness doesn't end like that. Messi came back, quietly at first. No big speech, no drama. Just back to work. And something changed. He wasn't just a quiet genius anymore. He became a leader. Not by shouting, but showing up on the field. By carrying responsibility, by refusing to give up. Then came 2021 Copa America. Argentina versus Brazil. In Brazil. The pressure was insane. But this time, Messi didn't fall short. And Argentina, they won. And Messi, they finally had his first international trophy. And you could see in his face the relief, the emotion, everything. But he wasn't done. Because in 2022, he did the impossible. The World Cup in Qatar. Game after game, Messi delivered. Goals, assists, leadership. And in the final against France, arguably one of the greatest matches ever played in football history, Messi scored. He led, and he fought until the very end. And this time, Argentina didn't lose. They won. Messi lifted the World Cup. The same trophy he walked past in pain was now in his hands. At this point, what is even left to prove? Messi has multiple Ballon d'Or awards, dozens of league titles, Champion League trophies, hundreds of goals, countless records. He dominated at Barcelona, proved himself again at PSG, and even later in his career continues to influence the game. But the stats don't even tell the full story. Because Messi isn't just about numbers. It's about how he plays, the vision, the creativity, the control. He doesn't just score goals. He controls the entire game. Now let's talk about the argument people love to bring up. The World Cup was rigged for Messi. Be honest, you've heard about it. But does it actually make sense? Messi didn't just get penalties. He scored in almost every stage. He assisted, he controlled games. Argentina didn't have an easy run either. They faced strong teams, tough matches, and had real pressure. And in the final, that wasn't rigged. That was chaos, intensity, and pure football. If it was rigged, Why did they go to penalties? Why did Argentina have to fight that hard if it was rigged for them? The truth is, it's easier to say it was rigged than to accept greatness. Lionel Messi isn't just great because he won. He's the greatest because he lost and still came back. Because he was doubted and proved everyone wrong. Because he didn't take the easy path, he took the hardest one. And in the end, he completed football. So yeah, you can debate it, you can argue it, but deep down, you already know Messi isn't just one of the greatest, he's the greatest of all time.